Okay, I'm trying to be more authentic. I'm trying to be as authentic as I can be. So if things start to change and I start to get even more weird, it's because I'm trying to authentic up, okay? And that goes, I was trying to start the video with like a more authentic greeting. So I was going to be like, hi, because that's me. Hi. We have a reading to do today, so let's get into it. Okay, so this is going to be a reading for the collective, whatever the collective needs to know right now that will assist them in freeing themselves from anything that's making them feel contained, limited, because you are unlimited. You are an unlimited being. So let's see what we can do here to help break the chains of self-inflicted limitations. Okay, so I started shuffling before I pressed play, before I pressed record, and a card came out. So I want to go ahead and start with that card. I haven't looked at it yet, so let's look at it together. Oh, if it wasn't the tower that came flying out. Okay, see, listen. Of course this card came out because the freaking world is going through the tower moment at this time. Oh, okay, so that's a little bit heavy on the heart, okay? Ooh, it's heavy. Make sure you're giving yourself time to process the breakdown of the world, okay? Because the world isn't, and I'm sure I've said this before, I'm not sure if maybe I have, but I've said it before, not on camera. The world is compiled of infinity potential timelines, okay? The timeline from which we've grown up knowing, you know, all the history that we know up until now, it's all, you know, it's all one timeline because we're aware of it, right? It's all one timeline because we're aware of it. But the truth of the matter is the timeline from what we remember as kids till now, or the timeline of what we were taught in school happened before us until now, that one timeline that we're aware of, it's hard to explain timelines because they're very complex, and not everybody is aware of the truth of existence. And the truth of existence is that time doesn't actually exist, and that we're just in this kind of like matrix, this illusory matrix that helps us to understand more about ourselves. And to understand more about ourselves, we are infinite beings who are trying on, so to speak, an uninfinite existence, if that makes sense, okay? So what's happening here is the collapsing of the continuation of a not so fun timeline, at least to us, at least to the ones who are ready to wake up and be free, right? Be free of the illusions, okay? So there's something here that's happening where it's the breakdown of an old timeline to create a deviation to a better one, okay? So this tower card here represents the breakdown. Hopefully what I just said made sense. I know that was a little bit out there, but I mean, it's important to start mentioning now. Because it's very pertinent to what's going on, right? Okay, so the tower, heavy energy. I can feel the heaviness on my heart. It feels like someone's stepping. It feels like an elephant stepping on my heart when I kind of tap into the collective energy surrounding this tower card. Yeah, make sure that you're giving yourself time to process what's going on. Okay, make sure you're giving yourself time to process what's going on. Usually we live in such a fast-paced world where we think that we have to be on the move constantly, on the move constantly. We're not productive unless we're on the move constantly. We're not successful unless we're on the move constantly. Like, we're used to that kind of pace, where we've been taught that pace. But that pace, I feel like, is breaking down because the collective wants it to be slower. The collective wants answers. The collective wants to stop for a second and say, wait a minute, what's going on? Why is there so much shit happening, like, at one time? It's like, so there's this collective, like, push, want, yearning for answers. And for answers, things have to slow down a little bit, okay? We've lived life so fast-paced that things just have to slow down for a minute for us to be able to kind of think, think about who we are and what we want. 555 on the clock, you might be seeing numbers a lot lately. I know I am. I feel like I used to see 1111 all the time, but oh my God, like, and I would even be like, it's such a coincidence that I see 1111 all the time. Like, that was back when I was still a little bit doubtful of what I can do and what I know and my abilities and whatnot. But nowadays, the numbers are everywhere. Everywhere. 1111, 111, 222, 333, 444, 555. 666, I haven't seen that one a whole bunch, but that one was sneaking up on me a couple of times. But I think that there's something about me that had to kind of break down the negative perception that I have of the number 666 before the purified 666 can kind of come through to me. So I've seen 666 a couple of times, but not too much, because I know that from how I grew up and how a lot of other people grew up, there's got to be some kind of like breakdown of the mind to kind of take away the negative correlation of that number, But anyways, like, I'm seeing all the numbers, also seeing like 1010, 1212, 123, 1234. Just the numbers are everywhere at this point. But anyway, so this is just about the breakdown of an old way of being, and it's painful, okay? It could be very painful. And usually, so you're getting to a stage where things are getting really intense and maybe a little bit like confusing, and like there may be feelings of displacement, of disorientation. You might not be feeling so good. You could be feeling physically sick. Make sure if you need to go to the doctor, you're going to the doctor. But if you feel like you don't have to, then don't go, right? But at least give yourself some rest, give yourself some time, making sure that you're giving your body what it needs to, process what's happening in the non-physical world, which anything that happens in the non-physical world it will trickle down into the physical. And what the energy, anything that happens in the physical, it always starts from the non-physical, right? That's the law of the universe. That's the truth, right? So yeah, if your body is feeling tired, you must be doing a lot of work energetically, okay? So don't beat yourself down. Don't beat yourself up if you're feeling tired when you want to be active and on the go. Sometimes we just need to pause and relax for a little bit and let our bodies process the craziness that's going on in the non-physical realms. So we can process that and let it come through the physical realm. Let it come through. Okay. Let it happen. So this may just be talking about the kind of difficulties or like the challenge aspect of this phase of awakening, this phase of your evolution. So this is just a difficult part. There's going to be a lot of things happening for a lot of people that will be, their own version of this Tower card. I know I'm feeling it. Yeah, it's heavy, okay? But it's a good thing, okay? That's the important thing. I think that's what the message is to get across here, is that this kind of heaviness, this tiredness, this maybe you might be feeling sick, just feeling tired. It's all a part of the process, and it's a good thing. Okay, we just have to kind of flow with it. Go, wow, all of this information with one card. It's necessary. Okay. Things don't always go as we planned. We just got to go with the flow sometimes, and that's the message, really. Just kind of you get. Oh, I experienced this message recently when I was in a lot of emotional pain, kind of releasing a lot of old stuff, and oh my God, just the release. Ugh, I was sitting with like my guides. I was sitting with my guides, and I was just in pain. I was just in emotional pain. Like just anything that needed to surface was like surfacing it. Like it was like surfacing. And even though I knew that it was surfacing to be let go of, just the fact that it was surfacing, I was like, oh my God. I was like, God, please, like, please help me right now. Like, it's so painful. It's so uncomfortable. Please, 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 please just be like, help me, help. Like, I was like, help me, please, in whatever way you can help me, please help me. I was just like, I felt so uncomfortable in my own skin for just a little while. And then boop, here comes Jesus. Yeah. So Jesus, I work with Jesus. He comes through for me when I need to release stuff from my heart. Yeah. And I don't even know it until he pops up, and then I'm like, oh, it's my heart. Like, I need to release some stuff from my heart. I mean, I guess that's the point of freeing yourself, is kind of getting all the ick off of the heart, because the heart's where it's at. But yeah, so if you want to call in, whatever you call in, Jesus just popped in for me, one time, and I was like, oh, okay, so I guess Jesus is here for me. Cool, 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 cool. I like it, because I mean, Jesus cuts through the ick in the heart like a knife, and I am super appreciative of Jesus. So, I mean, I feel you guys if you're going through something painful, but yeah, you just have to sit with it for however long you need to sit with it. And I think the idea here is to sit with it and face it and look at it. What I do, and I got this what do you call it? A tip, an idea from another YouTube person, a psychic. And I've been doing this kind of technique that he does, or has done. I forget his name. I'll put his name in the description box if I find it. But yeah, he does this thing where he kind of closes his eyes, and he kind of does like visualization. I hate saying that word because I can't say it very well. Visualization. Yeah. So he does like this visualization technique, which I have done before, but you have to be creative with it. Okay. That's the whole point of it. Each and every one of us has a gift, but how it differentiates from person to person is how we use it creatively. And I really loved this creative use of this person's ability. So he like kind of went into his heart, like he closed his eyes and did a visualization of him kind of going into his heart and finding this kind of uncomfortable feeling inside, as it's a different version of him. It's like him like meeting up with himself, but the angry version or whatever, or he went in to see what it was, and he noticed that it was angry, and then he was just there for himself, right? Like and I've done that too, and it helps so much. It really does. You really just have to go into your heart and find that version of yourself that's like sad or angry. It's usually, if it's angry, it's usually sad and like alone, right? If it's sad, it's just very blatantly like, I'm sad and alone, but I feel like usually when I'm uncomfortable and I go into my heart to see like what that angry version of me is doing, she's like tearing the place up. She's like in a room and she's throwing stuff. And so I have to go in there and just kind of be with her and just let her know that I'm there, because that's all you can really do. It's a process. It's got to happen. It's got to surface so it can release. So that might be something that you can do that might be helpful. It feels really good to me. And sometimes I just literally, when I'm just feeling kind of low and just like cryy, sad, I'll just picture myself like, I mean, I'll be in bed, you know, kind of just like in fetal position, and then I'll just imagine another version of myself that has already like been through it all and has made it out, you know, at the end of the tunnel, right? I call in that version of myself, and that version of myself holds me, you know, in that spot. So that's kind of a a visualization technique that you might be helpful for anybody else who could relate to that. But that's all I have for today. I hope this was helpful. I hope this was helpful to you guys. I cannot speak today. Okay. I hope that was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more videos like this and you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know down in the comment section what you thought about this reading and if you resonated with it, or your thoughts, feelings, anything. If you are interested in a personal reading from me, you can message me, you can email me. My email is in the description box, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.